when you cross a bull terrier with a Shih Tzu. You get stillborn puppies. Because when you try and breed two dogs of two very different sizes, it doesn't really work out that well. Not to make it all about me, but something about myself. I have Asperger's syndrome. Now, if you guys see comics a lot, you're probably thinking, yeah, like all of you do. And no, that's a misconception. A lot of them say that to excuse their shitty behavior, which at first made me mad, that cultural appropriation, until I realized now kind of being graded on a curve. Like, you're not as shitty as I thought you'd be. Some of you are probably wondering, come on, how can you have Asperger's and be up here on stage talking to us? And that's something you muggles don't seem to get. I'm not talking to you, I'm talking at you, and that makes all the difference. It's amazing the things you can do outside your comfort zone when you don't have a comfort zone. The funny thing about being a comedian with Asperger's is I'm one of the few comedians whose parents are proud of him. The doctors kept their expectations in check pretty early on. Then I can make my own spaghetti, it's fantastic. Everything after that is gravy. Literally gravy. But I try and use, like, you know, my mutations for good. Like, I have a tendency to correct people. So I try and only correct people who correct other people, like an autistic Dexter. Somebody was talking about Frankenstein, and some know-it-all was saying, actually, I think you mean Frankenstein's monster. Frankenstein was the scientist. And I'm interjecting, saying, well, when you think about it, the scientist created him like a dad, so the monster gets to have the Frankenstein surname. It's not like we call Charlie Sheen Martin Sheen's monster. I guess we all have our crosses to bear. A friend of mine was saying, dude, I know how you feel, because I have asthma. And I didn't know how to tell him that I actually also have asthma. It's just the thing that's least wrong with me. It's buried in the ensemble. Like, my asthma doesn't bother me because it knows I'm busy. I have too many things wrong with me. I'm like a wish that a lonely person made on a genie, and they weren't specific enough with that wish. You wanted a sense of humor and a mutual love of peanut butter ice cream. You didn't say anything about him not having an astigmatism. So yeah, the year is just about over. How fast it goes. Seems like only yesterday, everyone was seeing that new Star Wars movie. Which was super overrated. I'm not big on the new Star Wars movies. I think they try and course correct too much. I think the new Star Wars movies are like watching your divorced parents fuck. Sorry we ruined your childhood, but we can be a family again. I don't want to be a family anymore in my 30s. I should be over it by now. No, it's been a tough year. A lot of minorities are nervous, but you'll never have it as bad as the most persecuted minority in history. Witches. Because they weren't real, but we still managed to persecute them. That's a pretty amazing trick, guys. Like, Salem, Massachusetts, which you might as well call Ossawitch. They were like, man, I really want to do some racism today, but we all look like each other, so we're going to have to improvise. And that was the first great case of American ingenuity. No, this isn't a bad. I think this is the best historical era to live in, the one we're living in right now. Because we have the internet, but we still have tigers. No, it's just people are afraid of the funniest things. Like, the funny thing about terrorists is, we're sure scared of them now, but hundreds of years ago, what everyone was afraid of was pirates. They were the terrorists of their time period. They were the worst thing you could be. But now, pirates are fun! They're on cereal boxes and mini golf courses. People dress up as pirates to make sick kids feel better. So I'm just wondering if in hundreds of years, that'll be the case with terrorists. They'll have their own theme park rides. Disney movies. Kids will dress up as little terrorists for Halloween, going door to door. Little adorable terrorist outfits. Moms will open up, they'll play along like, "Oh, jeepers me! Looks like a little jihad's come to my doorstep." "Well, I don't have any virgins for you, young man. But here's a Reese's." Sense of humor, but I like to think I have a whimsical sense of death.